gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. If you're new, it means so much if you click that subscribe button. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday, but today's video is gonna be all around belly fat, the belly pooch, and just overall how to get a flatter stomach. So these are all things that I have incorporated into my lifestyle. If you guys have been following me for a while, you may know that I'm on a weight loss journey where I've lost over 20 pounds. And with my weight loss, I have noticed such a big difference in my stomach. I've been able to reduce my belly fat and also lose quite a few inches off of my waist. So I wanted to share with you all of the things that I have incorporated in my lifestyle or had to change in order to see the results that I wanted. If you guys liked this video, thumbs it up. It really helps me out. I will also link my fitness playlist in the description box. I have a ton more health and fitness related content, so definitely go check that out. With that being said, let's just jump into how to get a flatter stomach. Lower belly fat is the most stubborn fat to shift, and that is why a lot of the times you will find that that is the fat that leaves last, and that is why you will always find that it is the hardest to lose your stomach fat out of all the other parts of your body. The fat cells that gather from your lower abdomen are called beta fat cells, and these are really hard to change. So although it can be really hard and belly fat can be really stubborn, I'm gonna share with you a bunch of things that you could be doing to reduce excess abdominal fat. The first thing I'm gonna be talking about, and the first few tips, have to do with our overall diet. So unfortunately, if you don't change your diet or you don't incorporate things into your diet, then you're not going to see the results that you want, and they're not going to come fast enough. So I'm gonna share with you everything that I've done personally when it comes to my diet and what I've been able to see that has helped me to get the results that I wanted. Some of these things you're going to have to incorporate, and some things you may have to limit in your diet. This first thing in particular is to incorporate more into your diet, and number one being to eat plenty of soluble fiber. So when it comes to soluble fiber, this can be anything from oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, black beans, chickpeas, blackberries. There are so many foods you can eat to get plenty of soluble fiber, but why you really want to incorporate this into your diet is because soluble fiber dissolves in water and body fluids. When it reaches your gastrointestinal tract, it forms into a gel as it passes through your body and feeds your gut bacteria when it reaches your colon. Studies have shown that this type of fiber helps promote weight loss because it helps you to keep full for longer, so naturally you don't eat as much, and also it's really great because it decreases the number of calories that your body absorbs. Plus, of course, it is said to really help with targeting your belly fat, so it's important to make an effort to consume this on a daily basis or just incorporate more into your diet. Number two is to avoid food that contain trans fat. Trans fats are created by pumping hydrogen into unsaturated fats such as soybean oil. They are found even in some margarines or even some processed foods and spreads. These fats have been linked to heart disease, inflammation, insulin resistance, and even abdominal fat gain. So my huge tip is to always read the ingredient labels of the food that you are buying, because sometimes we don't even realize what we're putting into our body, and to try and just stay away from those foods with trans fat in it. Number three is to limit alcohol drinking. Too much alcohol drinking can lead to excess belly fat, and it's been showed that a lot of the times when you're drinking too much, this leads to your body storing the excess fat around your waist. So you'll find that when you actually limit alcohol and you don't drink as much when you are going to drink alcohol, you'll find that this will help with your waistline as well. Number four is to eat a high protein filled diet. I definitely started incorporating protein into my diet a lot more, and really researching and realizing how beneficial protein is in your diet. High protein intake increases the fullness hormone PYY, which decreases your appetite and keeps you feeling full for longer. High protein intake really helps to raise your metabolic rate, but it also helps to retain your muscle mass during weight loss. And some examples of really great protein to add into your diet include lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, chickpeas. There are so many foods filled with protein that you can incorporate, and I always like to have some sort of protein for every single one of my meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, and also even a lot of my snacks are just filled with protein. And I just find that this really helps to shed off the weight, especially around your belly. Number 5 is don't eat a lot of sugary foods. Sugar contains fructose, which is linked to many chronic diseases when consumed in excess. And of course, high sugar intake really leads to abdominal fat. So something to do is just to limit your intake of things like candy, but also things like processed foods that just have a ton of added sugar. And this is why reading the ingredient labels is also super crucial, because you could be buying like prepackaged or processed foods thinking that there's not going to be much sugar in it and not thinking anything of it, but you don't realize that a lot of prepackaged foods, they add all this unnecessary sugar into it. And being aware of this is really important because it's so unnecessary to have that. It's going to be a lot more unhealthy, and you could just try and find a healthier option, or even just make that thing that you were gonna buy prepackaged at home on your own so you can see which ingredients are going into it. But it's important to look at the labels because you will be surprised how much sugar is added into so many of our foods that we just don't really pay attention to a lot of the times. Number 6 is to eat probiotic filled foods or take a probiotic supplement. Probiotics are really great because it helps improve your gut health. It's going to help with digestion, and you can get probiotics from so many different foods, including Greek yogurt, kimchi, miso, kombucha. There are so many foods filled with probiotics, or like I said, you can even just get your probiotics by having a daily supplement. This is just overall going to promote a healthy digestive system, which is also going to help promote weight loss. And of course, I had a lot of troubles with bloating all the time. A lot of things would bother me, and I'd have a lot of digestive issues. So when incorporating these tips, my bloating has gone down substantially, and I don't notice the bloat that I used to get when I wasn't paying attention to the foods that I was putting into my body, and when I wasn't having things like probiotics or incorporating fiber and all of that good stuff. So those were all of the tips when it comes to our diet and things that you can maybe add into your diet to help you, or maybe limit or remove. And now I'm gonna move on to number 7, which is to perform a combination of aerobic exercise and resistant training, which essentially is lifting weights, so weight training. And this is the perfect combination if you're trying to target belly fat. Weight training is really great because it's really good at preserving and gaining muscle mass, and aerobic exercise is also really great to incorporate because this is going to help you to burn those calories even more, overall improve your health, and this has been seen to be really great at slimming the waistline. So when it comes to aerobic exercising, you can do anything from jump rope to walking, which those are the two that I really love and enjoy doing, but you can do anything from running and jogging, swimming, or just going out for bike rides. Those are all really great aerobic exercises, but having the combination of weightlifting and as well as aerobic exercise will be the most effective, and you'll see the weight shedding off and you'll notice your stomach getting flatter. Number 8 is really, really important, and I feel like a lot of us don't really take this into consideration and realize how important this one is, and that is to reduce your stress level. So I am definitely someone that definitely needs to learn more on how to manage my stress, just because a lot of things stress me out, and I really learned that it's really not healthy to constantly stress over the small things or the things that are out of your control. But of course, it's easier said than done. But the reason why you really want to make sure that you're managing this and getting this under control, because stress is a huge factor in making you gain belly fat. Stress triggers your adrenal gland to produce cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And it's been shown that high levels of cortisol increase your appetite, so you'll find yourself a lot more hungry more often. By having increased cortisol levels, it just leads to a lot more fat gain in the middle of your stomach. So in order to avoid this, it's important to find activities to help you better manage with stress. So that's why you'll find yourself eating a lot when you're stressed, because when you are so stressed and your cortisol levels are out of whack, you think you're hungry and then you'll just start to eat. So it's important just find those activities that help you manage your stress better, whether that's just yoga, meditation, journaling, or maybe you're a very artistic person and painting and drawing helps you to de-stress. So it really just depends on which activities work for you, because everyone's of course different and certain things are gonna work with other people. So just trying to get that under control, because you don't realize how much stress affects your overall health, and it will affect your belly fat as well. And my last tip, which is just something to incorporate into your routine, and that is to drink green tea. Of course, if you just take this tip and you don't incorporate any of the other tips, you're not going to notice a huge difference. But by doing all these tips and then incorporating a green tea, this is just going to put everything together, because green tea has a lot of benefits. It contains caffeine and also the antioxidant EGCG, which is both really great at boosting your metabolism. It's going to overall help with weight loss. And personally for myself, I find that tea really helps to de-bloat me. And I always like to have a tea, whether it's in the morning or right before I'm going to bed. I just find that I feel a lot better when I have tea over coffee. I really enjoy the taste of coffee, but when I have tea, it really does help with my bloating, and it is going to boost that metabolism to just give you more of a kick when it comes to your weight loss and losing your belly fat. Those are all of my tips and things to do in order to lose belly fat and flatten your stomach. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was useful. Thumbs it up if it was. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!